Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to TradeSetup and the afternoon wrap for the 5th of October. Okay, we'll do the usual. We'll go through the breakdown of what happened today and the price action for the day on the ASX200. We'll also take a look at the Aussie dollar, and we'll look at gold, which had a big night last night, and what we could be looking at for tonight. And also we'll take a look at the S&P 500 and the levels we should be taking note of there. Okay, taking a look at now the ASX200. This is a 30-minute chart. We're coming into the close. Actually, we're just about to close on the ASX. Now we got that. Obviously, we opened up. We touched down on that 54.52 mark overnight. That support held, and then we bounced back up into the close of this morning, early hours of the morning. Did bounce back up on the open. We got to 54.75 and then roll over and straight down and went straight through 54.52. Now that support, we're going to see how that's going to go in the near term. We've got potentially, we did bounce up. We could just be a washout there, and we did bounce up and we sort of touched to the highs of 54.70 and then we started rolling over again. So at the moment, it does look a bit of an each way bet. We could hold those lows, 54.52, and that is just a washout of those lows, and then correct and push our way back up through 54.75, pull back potentially to make another higher low, and then push our way back up to 5,500. Or the other scenario is obviously those highs, that is a minor lower high, sorry, and we are working our way back down towards the lows and potentially through 54.40 zone. We could head down to 54.18, but at the moment we'll see how that plays out. That longer term structure. This action here could just be really a correction of this major leg up from the 53.75 level. So we'll have to see how that plays out obviously tonight and the next few days. Okay, over to the Aussie now, the 1 hour chart. We've got that daily trend up. If we just pull back a bit, we can see that trend going higher, and we are in the midst of a bit of a correction by the looks of it. We have found resistance at 7,700. We broke that uptrend. We pushed down below the 76.04, which is the previous support zone. Washed that out, did come higher, bounced back up. If we just go back out, we bounced back up and we headed up towards 77. It just proved a bit too strong there, and we since rolled over. So we did push down hard overnight into that, back down to the 76.04, and it has held today. We have bounced off those zones, but it's looking like this potentially could roll over. We've come towards overbought territory, and we really haven't made back that much ground. So we could just wash out this high at 76.45. Touch back up to the resistance zone, taking a few breakout traders on the long side, and then turn and roll back over again and head back down towards 76.04 and continue our way down and just continue that contraction pretty much of that trend higher. But we'll have to see how that plays out obviously tonight with the US dollar. Taking a look at gold, this is a 1 hour chart of gold. Had a big night last night, dropping $40. It's pretty much technical selling on a daily chart there. We can see that's that daily support zone, that higher trend support zone. We did push through that a couple of days ago, and then we consolidated only on a minor scale, and we edged our way back down to 1305, which is a good support level, and pretty much just busted straight through that and headed lower. So that would have been all the daily stops and daily technical traders just selling into that, or just anyone who's been long on a daily basis just exiting any long positions, just selling on stop or just getting out. Now we have bounced high during the day. We're back into overbought territory, and don't forget this is the hourly chart, so we could see more pressure to the downside and potentially taking out that 66 level. We'll have to see how that plays out. So I think the important thing is really would not be looking to buy just yet off the 1 hour chart anyway. Would not look to sell either because it's a bit overextended on the hourly chart, so it's just really sitting back and letting that play out a bit and letting that price structure form. Okay, this is the 1 hour chart of the S&P 500. We've got a couple of charts to show you here. We've also got the daily chart, but firstly we'll take a look at this 1 hour chart. It doesn't look too bad, and we're finding support at 21.42. From a move down from 21.79, we've made a lower high by the looks of it at the moment at 21.73, and we're working our way back down to obviously 21.42. It's the third time or fourth time we touched down in this zone, so it could hold up. And as we were speaking about yesterday, coming into the open yesterday, we did expect that washout of 21.62, which we did get, but then this overhead pressure from 21.73 has taken hold, and it's just pushed it straight down into that close at 21.42. Did bounce obviously today, the last few hours, but if we take a look at the daily chart, this is kind of very interesting. Now we have got that resistance level at 21.92, and this is the one we're talking about at 21.79. That looks like potentially that's a major lower high forming here. So if this 21.42 can't hold up, doesn't look too bad on the hourly, but if it can't hold up on the daily, it looks like it's going to come into severe pressure, and we could be heading down to 21.09. But again, there's a few factors that are going to be everyone's going to be focused on to look at that. Interest rates, which could come into play, and also the presidential elections. We'll see if Trump can put a bit more pressure on this market. But anyway, we'll see how we go, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.